Boa tarde, buenas tardes a todos. Good evening, everyone. How are you doing? This is Fiachra Lewin giving an update on the situation that visa students and workers find themselves in Ireland during the COVID-19 crisis. The last time I spoke with you was just over, it was on the 16th of April when this got into the Irish Times. That was important, but there's been some significant progress since, which I want to report. Since the issue was picked up by the Irish Times, the working group between education, between social protection, between justice and foreign affairs, along with key stakeholders in the English language sector, invited me to present the results of the survey that we did together to them and to talk about the surrounding issues, which happened last Wednesday. We had a good meeting, and I feel that they understand better the situation in which you all find yourselves in, and the solidarity, the common cause that we have, students and teachers, by this lack of clarity from schools. We're moving forward and talking with the relevant people in the departments who've been great so far. But before I go on and give the sort of specific updates, I'd just like to express, and I suppose I speak for everybody here in the wider Latin American and Irish community here, our sincere condolences to the family of Laura Bernal, the esteemed ambassador of the Republic of Argentina and to the Republic of Ireland, who died in the last 24 hours. The foreign minister of Argentina said she had no symptoms. It appears that she died of COVID-19 without any symptoms while she was working, which is a stark reminder to all of us that no one's invincible. Doesn't matter what your job description is, where you are. It's a stark reminder. So our sincere condolences to the family of Laura Bernal, to everyone at the Argentinian embassy in Dublin, and to the foreign ministry in Buenos Aires. We remember the friendship that's existed between Argentina and Ireland for years, for many, many years. So with regard to the updates from social welfare and justice, those are the two main updates. One of the biggest obstacles that people were finding was that the reason they had to give a reason why they needed their PPS number before this. And it was a chicken and egg situation where you needed a job offer to get a PPS number, but then employers wouldn't give you a job unless you had a PPS number. So this was frustrating, okay, particularly since the crisis, when employers have been laying people off and still hiring people. But you need a PPS number to be visible in the system in Ireland, okay? So we put this case forward, but they've come back to us that the best way for you to acquire a PPS number, if you do not have one now, in the form, which is the Reg 1 form, the application for a PPS number, when it states what is the reason why you need a PPS number, you should state to apply for or to access Supplementary Welfare Allowance or the Exceptional Needs Payment, okay? And you send the REG1 form in with this other form called the SWA1 form, which is the application for this special once-off payment for people in extreme need. You send these two forms together, and the signed declaration stating your case, stating there's in the form you'll have the opportunity in part 10 of the SWA1 form of explaining that you arrived here intending to take classes with your money, and you've been spending your money since you've been here. You've been told that the schools would reopen on 29th of March. You've spent. You haven't been able to get a job because you don't have a PPS number, But in any case, the reason you need a PPS number is to access Supplementary Welfare Allowance or the Exceptional Needs Payment. Okay, there'll be more details below this video and in an email I hope to send out with this video that I'm making now. Okay, the other updates from Justice. Now, this is a key clarification that was causing a lot of concern. For people who arrived here and satisfied, the requirement to have 3,000 euros on you in Ireland when you arrive here. Now, I asked the Department of Justice, will it suffice? Is it enough to prove that you had €3,000 when you arrived here. Okay, not that you have 3,000 now because you've been spending for the last number of weeks, but that when you arrived in your port of entry in Ireland, okay, that you had €3,000 available to you. You can prove this through bank records or statements, okay, but that it's dated back to when you arrived. So there's no pressure on you to have 3,000 now in the middle of this crisis, because that would be unreasonable. So these are two major clarifications and updates from the Department of Social Welfare and the Department of Justice. We really appreciate that clarification from both departments. Thank you so much, everyone in those departments. Okay, so that's that. And I'll just say that, you know, this sector has been overlooked and undervalued for historically. Okay, there's been more of an emphasis on what they call higher education, universities, the talent we attract from all across the world. And I believe that Trinity College is investing millions in trying to attract, you know, Chinese talent to this island to come to their university. But unfortunately, up until this point, there's been sort of a, this isn't said anywhere, it's just my impression, but that the English language sector hasn't been as well respected or as valued as much as it should be. We need to change that. I was reminded of this when some of the students who filled out the survey that we did together over the past month came back to me and said that they were approached by ICOS, which is an international student group that it has been more involved with university international students. People who have been in the English language sector said they hadn't really heard of them until now, but they get state funding. ICOS is, you know, they get funding to do this. This is their job that we've been doing. And it's fine, we're glad to work with other people, but there have just been examples of maybe that they haven't really approached us. They've copied the survey and they haven't, I've said that they can reach out and work with us, but we haven't received that yet. That's fine. We're going to continue doing our own work. We just don't want to duplicate efforts. And what we care about is the students getting results. Okay. So just so you understand that. Okay. Then the people who have been fantastic, who do understand about the situation, who've been through the English language sector and the Stamp 2 and all of those situations before, a lot of them are now working in Latin American solidarity groups like LASC, Latin American Solidarity Center, the Association of Bolivian Residents in Ireland, Brazilian groups, Chilean groups, and other groups we're working with. We're really grateful for their help. Okay, they're helping us with the new Facebook group, which is CIELS, CIELS, COVID Ireland, English Language Student Solidarity. So they're working with me, helping me with the workload so we can answer each individual situation case better. So again, thank you to everyone. Thanks to everyone who's doing such great work in these new conditions where we're all isolated, but in some ways we're coming together better than ever. So well done, everyone. Thank you. Then apart from that, I just wanted to say that when we did the first survey, it was at the end of March looking into April. We took a snapshot of your situation then. We need to get an update. We need to take another sort of snapshot or pulse check of the situation now going into May. So I'm attaching the link to another survey, which we are doing, myself, other teachers, solidarity groups who really care, asking questions that we think are relevant about going into May. Now, it's been, I've been taught how, you know, people might have had money for April. You might have had money for rent and food. Maybe it was just thereabouts, but you really now from May, people are finding themselves choosing between food and rent. And now I'm just speaking to you as a friend, in my capacity as an individual, as somebody who's traveled for the purposes of learning languages. I don't think any individual who's forced to choose between food and rent should give all their money away to a landlord. That's just a personal opinion. I feel that when it comes to the 1st of May, if you have to choose between paying the rent and feeding yourself, I would personally always go with feeding myself. You cannot be evicted under the existing rule changes. Plus the rental market has changed totally. So, and it was out of control before the crisis. So there's no there's no real reason why you need to give all of your money to a landlord. Okay, if you can afford to give them something, great, but don't feel that you owe them all of your money and then you're left hungry. Do not be hungry. Okay, I'm going to put you in touch with other tenancy advocacy groups below. There are unions for tenants, there are groups, fantastic people out there, as well as statutory bodies like the RTB or semi-statutory bodies which help people, and they have we will send on the links to them too. But don't be afraid, okay? Your landlord cannot make up his own rules, her own rules. We need to just make common sense decisions, okay? So feed yourself, make sure your health and your wealth, your health is your wealth, okay? So make sure that you do prioritize that through how you nourish yourself, eat properly, get enough sleep, and mind your mental health too. Don't let landlords stress you, okay? We will be there to support you. There'll be links below this video and in the email I hope to send out. So that's basically it, I believe. That's an update. Just to say we're continuing to reach out and find people who want to help internationally, nationally. There are good people of every political persuasion in this country. So we're not just going to talk to one party or two parties and not the rest of them. I've been talking to people from all who are backgrounds in all of the parties, because this is about Irish decency and about making sure that people are safe and well here in our own communities, and that, you know, we're going to do our best. So again, social welfare have issued these clarifications about how people can get PPS numbers, and below Justice have stated that there's some flexibility on this 3,000 that you're supposed to have needed. You know, you needed it when you had it when you came into the country. You don't need to prove that you still have it if you spent some of it or whatever. So I hope that's some relief to people. That's basically it. If there are any other updates, I will make them through the group, the CIELS Facebook group, CIELS, COVID Ireland, English Language Student Solidarity. Okay, that is a group, and there are more people than just me working on this now, working with other people who are very capable individuals, and they know the way around as well. So that's great. Thanks again. Take care of each other, and remember, just be gentle with each other, be courteous, okay? Don't, you know, of course, you've got the best manners, you know, Latin Americans in general and other people. You're great ambassadors for your countries and for your families. So just remember that people are going through a lot of stress at the moment. To be forgiving, to be understanding, to be patient, to express gratitude, and to communicate effectively, okay? And work with people, be forgiving, and don't point the finger at other people that other people aren't coping as well as you, or did this, that. Just we gotta have big love, big heart for everybody. There are people dying during this COVID-19 crisis, and that should focus all of our minds on what's important and what's not important. Okay, well, that's it for me. Any further updates will be communicated through the Facebook group, through email, and thanks again for all of your patience, all of your effort, and I hope that this message is clear. Any questions, please follow up. Thanks very much. Bye.